This is the Canon 500 4.5 L lens, and it came out in March of 1992, making it over 30 years old. Today, I am going to use this lens. I'm over here at the Savannah National Wildlife Refuge, and I have kind of 3 goals today. Goal number 1 is just to see some wildlife out here, get some photos of some wildlife. You know, it's the winter time, so I just want to see something. 2 is to get a photo that I really love, that I want to put up on my wall. And number 3 is to answer the question of if this 30-year-old lens is still a great lens today. So let's go ahead and start walking, and I'm gonna share some stuff about this behemoth of a lens. Okay, we're making our way down the trail. I've used the lens on a couple shots, mostly on the landscape of like trees, vines, stuff like that. And I'm learning a little bit about the lens, which is good before we start, you know, getting our way to animals. I've realized this lens, you're kind of forced to shoot a specific way. You're forced to be very intentional. So like there were just some stuff that flew, and like there was a squirrel that ran across the path. I think that would be really tough to get anything that's moving really fast with this lens. But I do want to talk about that this lens has a really cool feature, and it's kind of the coolest part and the worst part about the lens in the same thing. That would be the focus speed. You can focus this lens at 3 different speeds. First speed is the slowest, second speed, middle, third speed is the fastest. And that way you can kind of fine tune your focusing. So if there's an animal that's kind of staying close and not really moving a whole lot, you can just slap it into focus mode 1 and make sure you get those really fine details before you take the photo. I love that, it's sick. But the downside of it is that if autofocus on this lens breaks, you can't focus the lens at all. And considering the autofocus is probably the first thing that will break on this lens because it's a prime lens, it's kind of a give and a take. I personally think that it's a super sick feature. Look, it's Walker. He's the man making this all work. Let's also just shout out that Walker's the one who actually bought this lens without using it, and he's been nice enough to let me borrow it. So everybody type a comment and say, thank you, Walker. We've made it to the spot where the trail kind of opens up here, and we're checking one goal off the list, which is photographing wildlife. We got these little baby gators. There's 2 of them here. Walker already photographed the other one. So yeah, cross it off the list. We saw some wildlife. I was getting nervous because we walked all the way down the trail and didn't really see anything other than small birds. I still don't even know how you saw this other gator in here, Walker. I don't even know if y'all can tell. I'm gonna have to literally circle the gator in the photo here, but I promise there is another one. Okay, we got wildlife. Let's go! Let's go! Okay, boys and girls, we stopped. We're at the halfway point here, and I was gonna film like a little thing, and I heard like I thought it was a bird. It's a little otter, a wild otter, just ran up over here. Walker's gonna try to use my camera and the lens to get a photo of it. You can see his little paw prints on the bank over there if it'll focus for me. There's probably another one, right? Hopefully there's another one, ladies.
I was over there looking at the little waterfall.
Wait, you hear that squeaking noise? That was it. Oh, there is another one. It's in the water over there. Oh my God, Walker, this is gonna be a sick picture. He's going up, he's going up. Can you guys see him all the way over there? Oh, this is so cool. Sorry guys if you can't see the otter. He's way down there. I might have to crop this in. Of all the wildlife I thought we were gonna see today, an otter is not it at all. This might be goal number 2 on the list of a photo I can hang on my wall. Even though Walker's taking it, we're gonna count it. Did you get any picture of it at all? We couldn't see the otters again. We lost them. That was a golden opportunity that we just wasted because I was trying to film this video. It's your fault. If I wasn't filming this video, we would have gotten that picture. Suck it. Anyway, so I think we're gonna start walking back. If we don't see wildlife, I think we're gonna have to go somewhere else and go catch some wildlife later. So I'll tune you guys back in if we see some actual wildlife other than just gators that are staying in the same spot. All right, so now we're at the Cypress Wetlands in Port Royal. We just warped over here, me and Walker. Right, Walker?
Oh yeah, they can't
Yep,
hear me.
yep. This is somewhere more local to me. I know that there are always a ton of birds out here. So we're really gonna test the quality of this camera on actual wildlife, actual birds. We did see one bird when we were about to leave the Savannah National Wildlife Refuge the other day. I got some cool pictures of it eating like a tadpole and stuff. It is a great blue heron though. We're gonna get to shooting now. I really would love to get a shot of a bird where the bird is taking up the whole frame and maybe even the whole bird is not gonna fit in the picture, and just get like a ton of really good details on the bird. So let's go, let's do it. All right, we're wrapping up here. Walker's taking pictures of this great blue heron over here. I already got some photos of it. Walker's using the lens now. This is probably the closest I got to a bird. I really wanted to get closer, but this is as good as it got. I am going to review the photos at home. I got a lot of good pictures of a lot of different kinds of wildlife. We're gonna see how we really feel about the lens after we look at it on the big screen. Walker, thoughts? What are your thoughts on the lens?
I mean, if you don't have a monopod or a tripod, it does get heavy.
Yep. The focus preset here, if you focus it to wherever you want, you can set the focus there. You then, just slide it back, and then whenever you press or turn this ring, it'll refocus it to wherever you had it. Super cool idea. I've never used a lens that had that feature, but it's super cool. Yeah, like if you focus it in on that bird and you click set, and then you go focus on something else and you want to bring it back, you just turn that ring. It's super cool, super helpful, honestly. We're gonna look at the pictures on the big screen and make a full decision on if this lens is worth having in the great year of 2026.
I say it is because I already have it.
Okay, I'm back home in my office. There was a second goal to this video, and it was to get a photo that I was proud enough to actually hang up in my room. Haven't ordered the print yet, but this picture of the turtle, I love how he has you can see the detail of all of the different algae on him. It is super cool. Definitely an image that I would hang up in my room or try to sell the print of. So that's gonna cross goal number 2 off of the list. Now, my final thoughts on the lens. I'm gonna have pros and I'm gonna have cons. The cons is because it's a prime lens, you're not gonna be able to zoom out and kind of find your subject and then zoom in. You have to just find your subject. So if it's moving, it's tough. The autofocus on this lens, kind of hit or miss with birds flying or anything like that. Personally, I like to know that I'm about to get the photo. I don't like to spray and pray. Another con for the lens I already said was the weight. But if you have a monopod, which I would highly recommend for this lens, it's really not that bad. Maybe that's just because I'm a young guy. I didn't really have any problems carrying it around a whole lot. I actually love understanding that it's because it's built so well. So in that way, the weight of the lens is almost a pro for me personally. I know that I'll be able to carry it around. It's not too terrible that I'm never gonna use the lens. So for me, the weight is actually a pro. It is an extremely sharp lens. So I have a Canon 100 to 400 1.5 L lens. The level of sharpness on this lens compared to the 500, it really doesn't compare. The 500 mil is an extra level of sharpness. Another pro, I really love the features on this lens. I really love the 3 focus speed modes as well as the focus setting ring. Those are both really helpful features to have on this lens, as it is a prime. This is more of a lens to have on a monopod. Your subject is staying relatively still and you're sitting there, you're taking your time, and you're getting the image that you really, really want. I would say another pro of the lens is we can't ignore that the lens looks so sick. And I think it being an older lens makes it look even beefier and just sturdy. Like the metal nameplate on it, so cool. I would say that the main pro of this lens is the price. I've seen it used a couple places for around $1,400. For the level of sharpness that you're going to get in this lens, it's really hard to compete at that price point. Yeah, this just feels like a lens that's kind of high effort, high results. I am going to say this 30-year lens is 100% usable today in 2026. You're not sacrificing almost any as far as just the image quality goes. And at the end of the day, there really isn't anything else that matters more than the quality of images that you can capture with any specific lens. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So that is my final ruling on the Canon 500mm f4.5 L lens. Let me know if I should review more lenses. Walker bought the lens and I was like, hey, can I make a video on it? And he was so nice to let me do this. So his YouTube channel is going to be in the description of this video. Go give him a sub to my channel, and like this video if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next month. Peace.